was outside prison, if this is how they're able to live it up outside prison, imagine what's going on. Siddharth, you've covered this scam. I'm amazed by these guys. Again and again, they get exposed doing the same thing, manipulating the system, somehow greasing their way through, and there are officers and elements in the system who are gullible enough or greedy enough to let it pass, let it happen.
I spoke to someone who knows this entire matter very, very closely before coming into the program, and incidentally they said no lessons have been learnt, and this all goes back to their very deep political roots and relationships. And remember, the whole family one arm was in finance, the other was in real estate in the city of Mumbai and Maharashtra. The most toxic mix that you could get for privilege and things under the table. The key thing to point out here, in addition to what everyone here has said, Rahul, is I've seen this happen in the 2G trial court. And that was the greatest concentration in recent memory of corporate, of companies and executives in one small court. And all of this is very visible. This is a systemic issue across the country. It's happening in other high-profile corporate cases where executives, promoters are in jail. The Supreme Court and other courts have given certain relaxations for particular corporate purposes, including for conclusion of deals, for signatures, but all of that has been misused. In this particular case, I think it's at another level and just shows the political connect and clout that these accused enjoy.
Krishna, Gopalan, give our viewers a sense of the businesses at this moment after these scams came out. They have a debt of about 34,615 crore rupees. That's what they owe the banks. SBI in particular at 9,899 crores. Bank of India 4,044 crores. Canara Bank 4,000 crores. So there's a lot of debt that they've built up. What's happening with their businesses while they're in jail, but from outside jail still clearly trying to keep some of it going.
Absolutely. Rahul, I think it just makes sense to look at the background. Ironically, they got into a business called low-cost housing in the 80s. But even for anyone within Bombay, they tell you they were used to a very lavish lifestyle. You know, fancy parties at home. Very few people know this. They actually ran a film production business also. So the whole thing in terms of proximity to politicians, film stars was something that it was almost par for the course for them. Speaking of the debt, the point is the large banks, of course, lend copious amounts of money. There's obviously a connection. Much of it was saved because the Piramal group bought out a substantial part of DHFL. It actually stands for Dewan housing. So they were saved to that extent. But most of the other money which has to go to the banks, that's up in the air right now because nobody knows really what's going to happen to the money which is up there. But it also indicates a systemic flaw in the system where it is easy to access money at with relative ease and then go out and lend that kind of money and make money in the process. So it just throws open this whole Pandora's box where money was on tap for a large number of people like this, and the real estate lobby, the police, and everything was in their control. So this really makes for quite a deadly concoction.
The rise and the fall of the Wadhawans is a story fit for a Bollywood potboiler. The masala plot includes everything from the underworld to gun-toting guards to corrupt politicians and even multi-crore rupee deals. There's a filmy connection as well. Here's more about the men behind the 34,000 crore rupee DHFL scam.
In 2010, 7 young faces appeared on one of the globally acclaimed rich lists. Prominent among them was 31-year-old Dheeraj Wadhawan, scion of the Dewan Housing and Finance Group. He, along with his brother, had a combined net worth of $650 million. Ironically, the list also comprised the disgraced Shivinder Singh and Malvinder Singh, Shahid Balwa of DB Group and Virendra Maiskar of IRB Infra, all who have either spent time in jail or are under the scanner of various investigative agencies. Precisely 10 years later, the two Wadhawan brothers, Kapil and Dheeraj, were cooling their heels in jail, arrested for cheating and money laundering. It's been an incredible tale of rise and fall for the two high-flying brothers. The Wadhawans shifted to Mumbai from Delhi in the 1950s and soon found space in the metro's construction industry. The family built its fortunes from dealings in the Vasai and Virar areas of Mumbai. Their fortunes bloomed with the property market heating in the 2000s. Reportedly, their proximity to top politicians also helped. The Wadhawan's company, HDIL, cornered large slum redevelopment projects in Mumbai, including the nearly 2,000 crore rupee project to rehabilitate slum dwellers around the Mumbai airport. The project still remains incomplete. By 2010, Wadhawans were billionaires. A year later, the group split with Kapil and Dheeraj Wadhawan in control of DHFL and starting a new construction company. At their peak, the total housing loan portfolio of DHFL touched 980 billion rupees. Its deposits reached $102 billion and the net worth hit $92 billion. The family also dabbled with Bollywood, with brother Dheeraj producing films like Bazaar and Romeo Akbar Walter. It was financial contagion which spread from the collapse of IL&FS, which took the Wadhawan brothers in. The fall started in September 2018 when the DHFL stock crashed 60%. A few months later came a report that the brothers had siphoned off 310 billion rupees. The free fall continued, with lenders soon hounding the brothers. In April 2020, the brothers were arrested on charges of money laundering in a case related to Yes Bank and its promoter Rana Kapoor. Bureau Report, Business Today TV.
India's #1 political reporter.
Defines what seems to be happening, vendetta politics. कोई दूध के से धुला हुआ नहीं है.
Unmatched eye. Unmatched experience.
The world has changed. My black hair has become grey as well.
And with unmatched passion for the story.
Do not monopolize the conversation.
When it's 100% news that matters. It's News Today with Rajdeep Sardesai. Monday to Friday, 9 p.m. Only on India Today TV. India's #1 political reporter.
Defines what seems to be happening, vendetta politics. कोई दूध के से धुला हुआ नहीं है.
Unmatched eye. Unmatched experience.
The world has changed. My black hair has become grey as well.
And with unmatched passion for the story.
Do not monopolize the conversation.
When it's 100% news that matters. It's News Today with Rajdeep Sardesai. Monday to Friday, 9 p.m. Only on India Today TV.